Luka Doncic gets Nico Harrison fired 9 months after making one of the worst trades in all of sports history. And there's some Mavs fans, some NBA fans that have some very interesting theories about the trade. The tinfoil hat wearers are out. You don't want to miss that. Also, the Lakers get back in the win column after another MVP performance from Luka Doncic. We've got the breakdown, the highlights. We'll hear from Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic. And the Dodgers are expected to be aggressive this offseason, and they're after this top-level free agent closer. And the Clippers, are they already done? The Clippers are struggling early. All that more coming up next on the LA Sports Report. LA is the sports capital of the world. The Lakers have entered their Luka Doncic era. LeBron doesn't just want a farewell tour, he wants a farewell title. The Rams are going to win the Super Bowl. Go, Kings, go. The Dodgers are the best run franchise in all of professional sports. Shohei Ohtani is the GOAT. Steve Ballmer will do anything to get the Clippers a championship. Mick Cronin has to win a national championship at UCLA. Justin Herbert is a top 5 quarterback in this league. College football is just better when USC is good. This whole city has the Mamba mentality. I love LA.
Live from the heart of Los Angeles, this is the LA Sports Report with your host, Doug McKain.
What is up, and welcome to the LA Sports Report. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. I've covered LA sports for over a decade, 24/7 sports, Bleacher Report, Sports Illustrated, Dodgers Nation, and this is my new passion project, the LA Sports Report. It's all LA teams, Lakers, Dodgers, Rams, Chargers, USC, UCLA. If they're talking about it in the world of LA sports, you're going to find it here. Real opinions, keep it 100, interviews, analysis, lots invested into this project, so it's going to be a lot of fun. It already has been a lot of fun. We're growing almost at 3,000 subscribers, and once we get to 3,000 subscribers, we are going to give away a Luka Doncic number 77 Lakers jersey. We also got the Clayton Kershaw CK3K 3,000 strikeouts bobblehead. All you have to do is comment Laser, LASAR. If you guys want to call this show Laser for short with Doug McKain, DMac, as my friends call me, that is what we're known as. So if you just comment down below, you'll be eligible to win. But we've got so much to get into, so let's get right into it. Of course, we're starting with the story of the day, and that is that the Dallas Mavericks have fired GM Nico Harrison. Nico Harrison has been fired by the Dallas Mavericks. And the question is, why now? Well, what is it? Well, the decision was made after a Tuesday morning meeting with Harrison and the team governor, Patrick Dumont. And Dumont, he released in a statement saying, "This decision reflects our continued commitment to building a championship caliber organization, one that delivers for our players, our partners, and most importantly, our fans." Assistant General Manager Michael Finley and Matt Riccardi, they have been promoted. And Dumont also said in the statement that no one associated with the Mavericks organization is happy with the start of what we all believe would be a promising season. You have high expectations for the Mavericks and blah, blah, blah. But the real reason why this happened is the fire Nico chants never stopped. Fire Nico! Fire Nico! The fans never let up. After he made what's going to go down as one of, if not the worst trades in the history of professional sports. The modern-day Babe Ruth to the Yankees from the Red Sox in the NBA. I mean, you can look at the Thunder trade with Paul George as in the Clippers is one of the worst trades, but I'll digress on that. Reviewing this trade, Dallas received Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick for Luka Doncic, a player that had just led them to the NBA Finals, a guy that was certainly the torchbearer from Dirk Nowitzki. And this is a player that was beloved by Mavs fans, a player that is already beloved by Lakers fans like myself. And all I have to say is this is a sad day for Lakers fans. A moment of silence for the Lakers legend, Nico Harrison. I hope that the San Antonio Spurs hire him now, or the Denver Nuggets hire him now, or the Milwaukee Bucks hire him now, and he trades Giannis to the Lakers, and he goes to the Spurs, and maybe he thinks that there's too much, that Wembanyama's body won't hold up, so he has to trade him to the Lakers. But the truth is that he'll always be a Lakers legend, Nico Harrison. They should put his name up in the rafters. And that cup of coffee that he had with Rob Pelinka is one of the most legendary moments in Lakers franchise history. Because the Lakers, they have their face of the franchise for the next decade. You have your torchbearer from LeBron James, and now you see a franchise that's had a history of having the best stars in the game. All the way back to George Mikan, to Elgin Baylor, to Wilt Chamberlain, to Jerry West, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Pau Gasol, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and so many in between. They have got a perennial MVP contender in Luka Doncic, who, if Kobe Bryant were alive today, if you could handpick one player in the NBA that could take over his franchise and be in the purple and gold and represent this city and this franchise and play with the same tenacity that he played with, I think that Kobe Bryant would pick Luka Doncic. And they've got their guy. And the question is, whose decision was it? Is Nico Harrison a guy that falls on the sword just because it was a group decision? Well, Shams Charania, NBA insider, he gave us that answer. We now know whose decision it was ultimately to make that trade, a trade that is going to help this Lakers franchise stay relevant, continue to be a championship contender. With LeBron James not even playing a game this season, not even playing a single minute, they're one of the best teams in the Western Conference. And Luka Doncic, he looks slimmer and trimmer, the best shape of his life. He's happy, he's smiling, loves his teammates, and I love it. And we love Luka, and we love you, Nico Harrison. We love you so much, man. They got to put him up in the rafters, give him a statue. If the Lakers win a ring this year, give him a ring, because what he did for this franchise will never be forgotten. Here was Shams Charania talking about the decision that the Mavs made to fire Nico Harrison.
First of all, when you have this owner, Patrick Dumont, right, you say that he said to the fan he's accepting accountability. Is this a scapegoat move on his part, saying that it really wasn't us, it was Nico Harrison that did it? Or is he truly, truly owning the fact that, yes, this was us, and we compelled Nico Harrison to do this? Who was the person that insisted Luka Doncic needed to go?
Stephen A., it was Nico Harrison. It was Nico Harrison's decision. It was Nico Harrison's pitch. It was Nico Harrison's idea to trade Luka Doncic. But, of course, any move that gets made, Stephen A., you know, if a general manager at any level is making a trade, it is with the blessing and the sign-off of ownership as well. Now, it might have taken Nico Harrison days, weeks to get Patrick Dumont on board, but after the Mavericks made it to the NBA Finals in 2024, I'm told that's when the Patrick Dumont-Nico Harrison relationship, that was the strongest it's ever been. That's when Patrick Dumont, what I'm told, he looked at Nico Harrison as a basketball savant, as someone that when Nico Harrison speaks, when he has an idea, it's basketball gospel. And so when Nico Harrison came to Patrick Dumont with that concept, there was alignment there. Eventually, there was alignment within the front office, alignment with the coach, and that's when you see this transaction take place.
So there you have it right there. There you have it right there, that it was Nico Harrison ultimately who made this move. And it was also that the move that got the Lakers out from underneath Anthony Davis, as you can see, has bulked up, to say the least. And whether that's 15 pounds of muscle or 15 pounds of fat, who cares at this point? Because there's not one Lakers fan that would rather have Anthony Davis over Luka Doncic. And the Lakers at this point, you're in a great position, not only this season moving forward, but what blows my mind is this, is there are truly Mavericks fans out there that believe a lot of things. They believe that, yes, this was 9 months and a day too late. Hey, 9.5 months too late. They feel like they're absolutely stripped of a player that was going to be right up there with Dirk Nowitzki, possibly surpass Dirk Nowitzki if he had won one or more multiple championships in their franchise history. He could have been Mr. Mav. And they believe, a lot of them believe, that the NBA wanted Luka Doncic in Los Angeles and orchestrated this. And that the fact that they won the lottery to get Cooper Flagg pretty much erased any doubt that is what happened. But the truth is, I mean, this trade happened when the Mavs weren't expected to be even in the lottery. They're expected to make the playoffs, but surprisingly, Kyrie Irving got injured. There was no way the NBA could have orchestrated that. And they even record the lottery to avoid any sort of suspicion whatsoever. So guess what? Mavs fan, guess what? Tinfoil hat wearing Mavs fan. No, this was just an idiot in Nico Harrison. He's the only guy to blame. The NBA did nothing to orchestrate this. Now, when the NBA found out about it, when the NBA saw this move, they're probably thinking, wow, Luka Doncic on the Lakers? Maximum games nationally televised. Get those number 77 purple and gold jerseys ready. I'm sure that they weren't upset that this deal ultimately was made. But do you really think that Nico Harrison, do you really believe a guy that can't even go out in public without hearing Mavs fans say, fire Nico, cuss him out, go out there and just say the meanest things possible to him and his family? A guy who is already successful financially, do you really think that Nico Harrison would go in the back room somewhere in some smoke-filled room with some NBA executives and Adam Silver? He turns his chair and he's smoking a cigar and he says, hey, Nico, I need you to trade Luka Doncic to the Lakers. Do you really think that happened? Do you really think that Nico Harrison would willingly put his family through this? No. Sometimes it's Occam's razor. Sometimes the simplest thing is true. And Nico Harrison just made a horrific decision, a career-ending decision to trade Luka Doncic. And there's other theories too. There's theories that the Dumonts, that they want an apathetic fan base so they can move the team to Las Vegas because of the gambling issues in Dallas. No, that's not the case. But I will say, I want to shout out this legend right here. Look at this kid. So as the story goes, this kid sat courtside wearing a Luka Doncic Lakers number 77 jersey, and he talked to Dumont courtside at a game, and reportedly Patrick Dumont admitted the Luka Doncic trade was a mistake during this conversation with this Lakers fan. And this was it. And it looks kind of staged. There's several posts that you see that think this is staged for PR. And who knows? Was this staged for PR? Did the Mavs do this for a PR stunt? I would believe that more than I would that the NBA got involved to trade Luka Doncic to the Lakers. But man, this does feel a little stunt. This does feel like a stunt. I mean, can you remember an NBA owner having a conversation like this mid-game? But the kid's name is Nicholas Dickinson, and he said he flipped off Dumont during the Mavericks opening night loss to the Spurs. So his dad told him to apologize, and he said, quote, "I was pretty angered by the trade, so I bought the Lakers jersey as a kind way of showing my opinion on the trade." So wait a second. This kid just has access to the owner of the Mavs to make an apology? What's his connection? I guess just a rich kid with season tickets? This feels like it's completely staged, in my opinion. But how about this? We don't care. Like, Lakers fans, we don't care. I mean, the fact is, Luka Doncic is a Laker, and he's going to be the face of his franchise for a long time. And their stupidity is our happiness, and we are happy for it. Now, switching gears, the Lakers, they win yesterday. They get back in the win column after a back-and-forth first quarter. Luka Doncic goes crazy, 38 points in that one. And I see the comments, by the way. Let me know down below. Do you believe any of these wild theories? We got Justin Lamas, Nico getting canned is a sad day for LA. Rose Zamora, what's up? We've got Laser from Justin. We got Roseman, Carino, D-Mac, my goat. Trabajando duro como siempre. We've got Ben Meza. Let's get it, Laser. Love getting 2 shows a day. Awesome. BC, what's up? Poor Nico. Never did anything wrong. Never regret. Always spoke respectfully about his players. Sad for him. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, keep giving me some comments about Nico for sure. But now, let's get into the highlights. The breakdown of yesterday's Lakers win. Austin Reeves was back. Luka Doncic went off. And if there ever was a night like last night to feel really good about having Luka Doncic on your team and having this happen a day after that, hey, last night was a lot of fun. While your other superstar, LeBron James, is injured, while Anthony Davis looks like he's moved in permanently to a hometown buffet, you got slim trim Luka Doncic dropping 38, having fun. Here's the breakdown of last night's Lakers win over the Hornets. Lakers, Hornets, Austin Reeves back in the lineup after missing the last 3 games. Lob for Ayton. He throws it down to give the Lakers the first 2 points of the game. And here's Reeves going baseline. Steps back. He hits. Here's Luka in the corner. Ayton throws it down again. Ayton calling for that pass. The chemistry between him and Luka, big little pump fake there. Ayton calling for it. He throws it down, active around the rim. You love to see that. And here's Luka. Lakers down 14-12. He shoots. He hits the triple. Gives the Lakers a 15-14 lead with 6:31. And then here's Luka pumping. He hits. Luka Doncic feeling it tonight in Charlotte. 7 triples for the Hornets in the first quarter. Bridges hits one there. High scoring first. Connect to Rui. Rui gets fouled, but they doesn't get the call. Here come the Hornets the other way. 3 is up. It's good. Another triple for the Hornets. Man hits that one. Ayton gets blocked. Knipple grabs it. Rookie out of Duke. And he takes it all the way in to give the Hornets a 5-point lead. Here's Luka Doncic. Finds Jackson Hayes. He throws it down. The dunk by Hayes. Nice cut. What a block by Hayes. Shot clock. Hayes active on both ends. Times it well. Here's Reeves finding Dalton. Connect, and he connects. Connect 4 against his almost team, the Hornets, in second quarter action. Here's Marcus Smart. Deep triple. And Marcus Smart hits, giving the Lakers a 43-42 lead with 9:59 left to play in the second. Here's Austin Reeves. Cuts into the lane. Shot is up off the glass and in. Austin Reeves showing no ill effects. All-star Austin. 46-46 game. Shots up and in. Hornets go up 48-46 in the second quarter. Another three is up and in for Buzz City. Here's Luka Doncic behind the back to Rui. Rui pump fake goes to Smart, and another three for Marcus Smart. That pulls the Lakers within 4 with 4:45 left to play. And here's Luka. And he finds the angle three. Wing triple is good. Luka Doncic. Another MVP performance. Here's Knipple. Good. Hate to admit it. He's good. Here's Luka Doncic. Dribbles. Another wing three. Same spot. And that ties it at 63. And then Reeves to end the second quarter. He hits. Great timing. Reeves loves to end the quarter shots. And that one's good. He's flexing. Yeah! Feel it. Third quarter. Smart rips it away. Finds Reeves. Reeves flips it back to Rui. And Rui, he gets the job done. Great strip by Marcus Smart. Reeves eyes the back of his head. Finds Rui Hachimura running the floor. And here's Luka Doncic. You got no chance. Luka Island. Turnaround jumper is good. Yells at the fan. Love that about Luka. And then here's DeAndre Ayton. Misses it. Smart gets the rebound. Finds Rui. Top of the key. Triple is good. They were finding Rui in this stretch. Lakers on a 21-6 run during this stretch. Another steal by Marcus Smart. Luka Doncic gets it to Reeves. Finds Rui from the corner. And another three for Rui Hachimura. Lakers were running the floor, finding guys in transition. Rui Hachimura finishing the job. Lakers up 79-70, 6:17 left to go. Step back three from Luka Doncic, and it is in. Splash for Luka. Jake LaRavia finds Rui. Wing triple, rolls up and in. Lakers go up 85-70 with 5:46 left to go in the third. And here's Rui. So much talent. Hits that elbow, free throw line jumper. And Luka Doncic knifing in. And Luka Doncic with the two-handed flush. He can dunk. He just doesn't like to do it all the time. Look at the bounce from Luka. And one. Look at this. The bounce. And one. Here's Luka top of the key. Surveys. Another three. Luka Doncic. Fourth quarter. Lakers up 96-81. Austin Reeves finds Jake LaRavia. And LaRavia off the glass in transition. Lakers up 15. Here's Luka Doncic. Posted up, finding Reeves. And he puts his hands up to the sky. Hits the three. Austin Reeves. Finally. 103-90 Lakers. And the Hornets, they've got to run Bridges. He hits the three. And here's Marcus Smart. He finds Rui. Pump fakes. Mid-range jumper. Up and in. Rui Hachimura had himself a night in Charlotte. Lakers up 12. Bridges in transition. Marcus Smart knocks it away. Passes behind to Luka. Pump fake off the glass. Up and in. Great play there by Marcus Smart. Knocks it away. Behind the back. Luka smartly pump fakes. And then here's Luka. Sideline inbound pass. Little runner's good. Feels the contact. Gets the shot up. And one. 110, 101, 332 left to play. Rui Hachimura, another mid-range. I mean, he's unlocked something. Here's Austin Reeves, finds a wide-open Marcus Smart, and that's up and in. Nothing but nylon. And the Lakers, they get the win, beat the Hornets, 121-111. Luka Doncic, 38 points, 7 assists on 14 of 28 shooting. Austin Reeves, 24 points on 7 of 17 shooting, 7 dimes. And Rui Hachimura, 21 on an extremely efficient 9 of 12. Also added 3 rebounds. The Lakers, 46 points in the paint, 22 off 11 turnovers for the Lake Show, and they improved to 8-3 on the year. There we go. Lakers get the dub. I get some more comments in here. We got Drew Durr. Only if Nico joins the Lakers front office will I believe the wild conspiracy theories about the trade. That would be wild. Can you imagine tomorrow? Nico Harrison, the new special assistant for the Lakers. I did say last year that Nico Harrison should have been the first GM in the history of professional sports to win Executive of the Year for the other team because of that trade and what it meant for the Lakers. We've got to Alessandro D-Mac is all business and no days off. Hey, man, no days off. Because, hey, there's no days off. These teams play every day, and I love all these teams, okay? And we'll talk Dodgers, too. We'll talk Dodgers to you in a couple minutes, too, because we got some Dodgers topics to get into. We also got Dodgers Dugout Live prime time later, so be on the lookout for that. We've got Roseman Carino. Always happy to listen to D-Mac while I work on homework and prepare for the finals. Nice. What's the final? Let me know. Hopefully this team gets the NBA finals. We've got BC, 2 tacos. BC says, I don't like how you just get 2 tacos for a Lakers win with a large drink, but a whole jumbo jack for a Rams, 2 TDs, and Dodgers 7Ks. For some reason, it's always been the tacos thing for the Lakers. It's the we want tacos. So I think they're just trying to carry on that tradition. But maybe it should be 4 tacos, or maybe we can meet in between with 3 tacos. Last team to three-peat. D-Mac's a Swiss Army knife, versatile, talking different spots in L.A. Elizondo, hey, man, I love all these teams. Next year's Dodgers will give out a torta for every win from Alonso. Awesome. I love that. Justin Lamas, a good one, says, I hope Nico gets hired by the Pirates, of course, so he can give the Dodgers Paul Skeens. I see what you did right there, and I love that. Now, as far as the grades for this one, let's run down them because Luka Doncic was spectacular. 38 points in 38 minutes, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, 1 steal, just 2 turnovers. It was 14 of 28 from the field, 5 for 15 from beyond the arc. Perk from the charity stripe, 5 for 5, was a plus 16 out there. And he comes out and he just looked great. I mean, he took the game over in the first quarter by scoring 13 points in a 2:33, a 2-minute and 33-second span. And this was his first dunk of the season. So you got the first Luka dunk of the season. And hey, revenge bod, skinny Luka bod, the skinny Luka that wants to give a big fat middle finger to the Dallas Mavericks organization. And you talk Dodgers, hey, Freddie Freeman thought that he wanted to be with the Braves until he got a taste of living in La La Land and being a Dodger. I think it's going to be the same situation with Luka Doncic, that he'll look back and say, hey, I might have been sad, I might have felt cheated or backstabbed, but this was the best thing for me in my career because it looks like he loves being a Laker. I give Luka Doncic an A+, for last night's performance. I watched Victor Wembanyama against the Bulls look ridiculous. He's an alien the way he can shoot. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander having a really good start, but Luka Doncic right up there for early season MVP candidates. And if you can get this Lakers team to a top 3 seed in the West, you can hang with the Thunder and you put up better numbers than Shai, which is possible. Luka Doncic could win MVP. Here was Luka after the game.
All right, Luka, did you make sure to let Austin know that your shot that didn't count was from further than his? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, and he got one in the game. He didn't want to pass me, so I made sure he knows I can make that.
I saw that actually at shoot-around today as well. He beat you in the half-court contest, which doesn't usually happen. I feel like you usually get him in those.
That's not true. I won the one before he won the last one, so it's 1-1. It's not true.
Fair enough. Thank you for fact-checking me.
And yesterday I won against him.
Okay. You won yesterday as well?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm glad we're keeping.
Sure.
It's good that we got that correct. Now, as for the game, seemed like you guys made an adjustment defensively in the second half, just a little bit tighter in the perimeter. What did you see to turn the game around, Luka?
Yeah, I mean, they came out with 8 threes in the first quarter, which was insane. So, we had to get a little more physical, more aggressive. So they scored 23 in the second quarter. So when we came out in the third quarter, we knew we need to get the job done. So that's what we did.
Yeah, I think they only scored 15 in the third quarter. Then in the fourth quarter, they did make a comeback when you were up big. Do you give them some credit for that, or could you have been a little sharper there as well?
I mean, for sure, we should have been a little bit more sharper, but they were playing physical, so credit to them too. But I feel like we missed a lot of open shots, a lot of back rim, not short, so we should have been a little bit more sharper, for sure.
All right, last one for you. 3 more games left on this trip still. What's important for you guys to just maintain focus and find a way to stack some more wins?
Get rest. There's a lot of flights, but the most important, get rest, and next game mentality.
All right, thank you, Luka, and thanks for correcting the record on Austin there. All right, guys, let's go back to you.
So Lakers take on the Thunder tomorrow at 6:30, and then Friday they're in New Orleans, take on the Pelicans, and Saturday a back-to-back. They're in Milwaukee to take on the Bucks. So a tough 3-game stretch here. I mean, the Pelicans are the Pelicans, but the Thunder and the Bucks, road games, it's a good time to have Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves back on the court together. Let's run down the rest of the players from last night. Austin Reeves, he was back after missing 3 games, 24 points, 5 boards, 7 assists, 2 steals. I think it was a good return. 25, 7, and 5 kind of for him now. It feels like it's not the best game, but he really has raised his standard. His jumper wasn't falling, which, I mean, after a week off, you're not too shocked by that, but he got to the line, and that really was the difference in this one. I mean, 8 for 11 from the free throw line, gets the line 11 times, and yeah, I mean, he did not have the longest after the whistle heave. So yeah, I thought it was a good night for him. I give him an A. DeAndre Ayton, 14, 6, and 3, 7 for 10 from the field. I mean, look, the big takeaway for me is not the line. It's him being a lob threat, him getting one-handed dunks from Luka and Austin Reeves. And it wasn't the biggest offensive showing for him, but I think it's the way he scored that impressed me last night, and he just continues to feel like he's a big part of this team, and I think that's what you want to see. A B for him. Another A grade goes to Rui Hachimura, 21, 3, and 1, and he didn't have a good night against the Hawks. He had a bad first half. I thought he was going to fall into a slump, but he had his best quarter of the season there. He had 13 points, 5 for 5 shooting, and he made all of his threes there in the third quarter. And he was the big reason for that third quarter explosion where they went on a 21-6 run. Marcus Smart, I give an A to 13, 4, 6, and 7 steals. 7 steals for Marcus Smart. I mean, since 2016, Anthony Davis is the only other Laker to record 7 steals in a game. Offensively, he was hot and cold, but goes 3 for 7 from beyond the arc. He's a guy that he provides such a spark defensively that is, you just can feel it throughout a game. Jake LaRavia, 6 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. A disappointing, underwhelming performance from LaRavia. He has not started off well on this road trip. He was one of just 2 Lakers to finish with a negative plus-minus at -9. And I think he's just kind of coming down to earth. So he's a guy, he's a high-variance player, Jake LaRavia, going through a little bit of a slump right now. I give him a D grade. Dalton Connect, 3 points, 5 rebounds, 1 block, goes 1 for 4 from the field, hit his only 3-point attempt. And, of course, there was a storyline in this one with the Mark Williams trade, and with LeBron James getting close to coming back, it feels like Connect's spot in the rotation is going to diminish. And he really hasn't done anything to earn those minutes. So, yeah, I don't like what I'm seeing from Dalton Connect. And whether that be just being engaged, whether that be still being hurt by the whole trade or whatever it was, this is a business, man. This is the NBA. You want to make money or not? I mean, the period. Like, are you thinking about your next contract? Because you got to make the most of your minutes, and getting just 11 minutes and getting 3 points and -9, I give him a D for yesterday's performance too. Jackson Hayes gets a B for me. 2 points, 5 boards, 1 block. Not a tremendous impact, but still, I like the fact that when he's in the game, He can rebound. He can block shots. Jared Vanderbilt gets an F. 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 4 fouls. I mean, when you got Shea tomorrow, we'll see his impact, right, guarding Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, but not a good night for Jared Vanderbilt. No, I mean, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 4 fouls in 60 minutes. And then J.J. Redick, I think it's a B+ from J.J. I think that it was just a good return for Austin Reeves, and it was a Luka Doncic night. So that's the grades for the Lakers. And now we are going to switch gears. Let's do some Dodger talk now. Let's do some actually, let's hear from Austin Reeves. Hear from Austin Reeves, and when we come back, talking some Dodger baseball and an aggressive offseason from the Dodgers. Here's Austin Reeves.
Austin, can you, if you don't mind, take us through the first quarter in Miami, playing through the game, and kind of what your week has been like, trying to get the groin up to where you're clear to play, and then how it felt after today?
Yeah, just felt a little something kind of early in that game, but obviously wanted to, finish the game and reevaluate after. And, that was a good win for us against Miami. They've been playing good basketball, and just wanted to, finish that one and see what was going on. And, went through all the things that we had to go through, treated it, basically morning and evening, just to try to get back. I don't like missing games. I really wanted to play in Atlanta, but I think everybody thought it was just a little too early. So it's good to get back. Felt great. Felt great.
Got it. Now,
Other than my jump shot.
Yeah, missed a few jumpers tonight. You did, after you made the one that didn't count, you turned to Luke. Was Luka trying to tell you that his was from further back? Was that what that was?
Yeah. Well, he was mad at me. He was mad at me for grabbing the one at the end of the third quarter and just chucking it. I didn't know how much time was left, and honestly, I thought the ball was out of bounds. So I was just trying to, throw it down to the other end and maybe get lucky. And he said he would have gave me an assist if I threw it to him. But we'll have to check the film and see which one was further.
One more. JJ had mentioned that the defense got a little better in the second quarter. Obviously, the third quarter they only scored 15. What was there an adjustment, if any, or what were you doing better as a team?
I think it just started off with Marcus. He's always got the edge defensively to turn up a game, and once you see a guy like that giving 110% effort every single possession, it boosts the rest of the team to compete the way that he's competed. So 7 steals is incredible. The stat line with him is never going to completely tell the full story on how good he plays and how big he is for us. So tip your hat to him, because he changed the game, second quarter, but really the third quarter, and was really active.
There's Austin Reeves. There's the Hillbilly Mamba. Kind of made me think, too, before we switch gears to some Dodgers talk, what were the worst trades the Lakers have ever made? Because they made some great trades, obviously. I mean, you get Kobe Bryant, Kareem, you trade to get AD, a Powell trade, you trade for Luka Doncic. How about an underrated trade, Glenn Rice, Robert Horry? Interesting. Those are some cool ones. You get those. But I think it's trading away Nick Van Exel. You trade away Nick Van Exel for Tony Battie and Tyronn Lue. And another one, of course, is Caron Butler and Chucky Atkins for Kwame Brown and LaRon Profit. So Caron Butler's still a good player at the time. Chucky Atkins, who actually was Kobe Bryant's one of his best friends in the NBA. But there's no Luka Doncic trade in there, because the thing about the Kwame Brown trade, you capped him, and then you end up getting a Pau Gasol later down the line. Losing Nick Van Exel was kind of a culture thing back in the day. But, hey, I mean, he was Nick the Quick was a great player for sure. But also, too, how about trading away KCP, the Caruso, JaVale, Morris, some draft assets? I mean, you had to fire Frank Vogel. There was some more recent stuff, too. Holding on to THT when you thought he was going to be the future. So, yeah, it hasn't been all perfect, but there's no Luka Doncic trades that were made by the Lakers. All right, switch gears to some Dodgers talk. Let's talk about your boys in blue, because the Dodgers are set to be aggressive. And that is the word that we're hearing right now in Dodgers land. Bob Nightingale, my personal friend, USA Today's Bob Nightingale, he said in his most recent piece that, quote, the Dodgers, they'll still be as aggressive as anyone and will come away with at least one high-priced closer. Now, wait a minute, the Dodgers? You got Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, and you just signed Tanner Scott. You still owe them $50+ million. How do they have the money? You've got almost $87 million in payroll flexibility with Clayton Kershaw and Michael Conforto, Kirby Yates, Chris Taylor coming off the books. They have absolutely positioned themselves to sign another high-leverage, high-impact reliever, even after signing Tanner Scott to a $72 million deal. And he did not perform like they had hoped. A 4.31 ERA, which is a major drop-off of the 2.04 ERA they had posted the last two seasons. But I will tell you from sources, if there's anyone out there that thinks Roki Sasaki is going to remain the Dodgers closer, don't even think that's a possibility even for a second. That is not happening. And it's not because the Dodgers want it to happen. The plan always was to have Roki Sasaki as a starter. He still has the potential to be a Cy Young winner. And the truth is, Dodgers Nation, you have not seen what Roki Sasaki looks like as a full-time starter with his mechanics tightened up, with the shoulder being fully healed, with a full offseason to understand life in Los Angeles and be a big leaguer. So, yeah, I mean, could that be his floor long-term, a closer? Could that be his floor as a high-leverage reliever? Possibly, but that's down the line. That's after multiple failed attempts to be an elite starting pitcher. And I was in Dallas around the time where Nico Harrison was probably making more dumb moves. I was in Dallas, and I was up in a hotel room at the top floor, sitting right across from Andrew Friedman, and we were talking about a lot of these offseason topics from last year, and one of the main ones was about Roki Sasaki. And the thing that he told me that made the hair stand up on the back of my neck was that he felt like Roki Sasaki could be the best pitcher in the world, and that Roki Sasaki told them and feels like he has the potential to be the best pitcher in the world. And the reason I bring that up is no pitcher that has those thoughts, that has those expectations, is ever going to settle for anything less than an opportunity to be an elite starting pitcher. So Roki Sasaki, he's going to go back to the rotation next year. Now, as far as who that top level closer could be, well, the top guy on the wish list is Edwin Diaz, who opted out of his contract to hit the open market after really finding his form again in 2025. It was just a year removed from a bad knee injury that he suffered in a celebration at the World Baseball Classic. But back in 2025, the electric heater was back. The nasty slider, that presence that he has carried himself with throughout his career. And ESPN's Jeff Passan, he wrote today in his piece, quote, "The most obvious move is to hope the second time's a charm in spending big money on a closer after Tanner Scott's disappearing act this year. Signed free agent closer Edwin Diaz." So the projections for Edwin Diaz as far as his contract have him at 4 years, $88 million. So that sits about $22 million a season. And guess what? The Dodgers can afford that. Guess what? If Edwin Diaz wants to be a Dodger, they can make this happen with zero stress. None at all. This is just another drop in the bucket for them. This is not some big, massive purchase that you're thinking about agonizing over. If the Dodgers want Edwin Diaz, who has recorded 20-plus saves each year with an ERA under 1.75 in 2 of his last 3 seasons, if they want him, he can get them. And it feels like right now it's almost inevitable. And you look at Edwin Diaz in some of his advanced stuff. If you look at just kind of how he grades out, well, he's 31, he's 6'3", he's got the size and the strength to kind of age well. But what I look at when I'm looking at this kind of stuff is I'm looking at how does it grade out as far as kind of stuff that we look at as far as is this going to age properly here? And I think that you could say that it is. I mean, look at this year. You've got the expected ERA at 245, 99th percentile. Expected batting average, 170. Fastball velocity is elite. I mean, everything essentially is elite or above average. The only thing that's below average is his walk rate at 8.1%. But when it comes to strikeout rate, 99th percentile. Whiff rate, 99th percentile. That's exactly what you want. So guess what? If you're wondering if I haven't made it clear enough, I'm absolutely on board with the Dodgers signing Edwin Diaz. I don't care that Tanner Scott has been a bust so far. Because the truth is, you look at last season, they leaned on starting pitching, and starting pitching was a godsend. But this team knows that Blake Treinen is not the guy that he used to be. Tanner Scott, you can't trust. Evan Phillips not here. One of the biggest things the Dodgers need to do this offseason is rebuild this bullpen, and I want to see it happen with Edwin Diaz. Give me Edwin Diaz. Give me a lights-out closer. I feel good about my rotation. I feel like we could make some trades to add some position players. We'll talk about those signings as well. But Edwin Diaz is the guy, and the Dodgers are set to be aggressive. So the hey, we hate the Dodgers crowd. The Dodgers are ruining baseball. No. Dodgers aren't ruining baseball. They're running baseball. And we'll talk more about Edwin Diaz and what the Dodgers are going to do later on Dodgers Dugout Live, a primetime show. But expect another fun and exciting offseason and lots of big decisions to be made. I mean, we talk about the Lakers. The Dodgers have now entered that tier with the Lakers where they have gone back-to-back. And I think before the Guggenheim era, I don't think there is anyone that would have honestly and realistically put the Dodgers in the same category as the Lakers or the Yankees or Real Madrid or any of those top franchises, right? But if the Dodgers keep winning, if this dynasty continues, and now you become a team that three-peats and you win 5, 6, 7 World Series with Shohei Ohtani, and you're at 9 World Series now, if you get to 13, 14, I mean, if you get to that mark, I mean, in the next 10 to 15 years, you can say that the Dodgers are a tier 1 franchise, and they're getting closer to that. They're closer to being a tier 1 franchise now than they were to being a tier 2 franchise back when it started with the Guggenheim Group and Andrew Friedman. So there's a lot at stake, and you can never have enough. You really can't. I mean, you just can never have enough titles, especially when you have the foundation that they have. Why not elevate? Right? Like, go from Pepsi to Coca-Cola, right? Right? I mean, go absolutely elite status, and that's what's at stake for the Dodgers, is just becoming – they're already elite, right? They already are the best run in their model franchise right now, but as far as just the annals of championships won and everything that they've produced – they're leveling up as far as their overall franchise prestige. And I think that's what's at stake. And that's why Andrew Friedman told us he wants to be the golden age of Dodger baseball. He's already accomplished that. But, hey, it's like Kylo Ren, right? More. You want more titles. You absolutely want more titles. All right. This is the LA Sports Report. So we do have to talk some Clippers. And the Clippers have not gotten off to a good start at all. The Clippers watched the game yesterday, and it was not a good finish. Was not a good showing by your Clippers, who lose again yesterday, and now the Clippers, they kind of have to start answering some questions. Ty Lue has to do something about this offense because Kawhi Leonard's return is going to help. Bradley Beal didn't play on Monday, so Harden had to do more work. Leonard and Beal, they've missed games. I mean, that's no surprise to anyone. But that's why the Clippers built this deep roster. But Lue, he's not using that depth. I mean, Chris Paul, Bogdanovich, they've been healthy scratches. And, yeah, we'll see. Because the Clippers, a 110.9 offensive rating against the Hawks on Monday. They've not had above league average offensive rating in the last 4 games. So the offense has been bad. Their team's getting older. You're closing games with Chris Dunn, Zubats, and Derrick Jones Jr., and it doesn't seem like it's a very promising start. The Clippers are now 3-7, and they're really, really falling behind. I mean, they're trying to have another 50-win season. It's a stacked Western Conference, and you got to dig yourself out of a hole. If I told you, hey, which team was going to be 3-7 and which team was going to be 8-3 or be one of the top Western Conference teams, you might have said, oh, it's the Clippers and not the Lakers. But it's the Lakers and not the Clippers. And they lost their 5th straight game on Sunday, on Monday. And, yeah, after 10 games, 3-7 for the Clippers. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it in a town where you're trying to stay relevant and you're trying to take advantage of that new arena. That new arena that you have, the Intuit Dome. But let me know down below. What are your thoughts on Edwin Diaz? Let's do, bro, open up the chat here. Clippers should go back to San Diego. Michael McCaffrey, I miss baseball from Adam. Laser, thanks, Mike Hawk. Alonzo, Dodgers can't stop. They can't continue to dominate baseball. Let's win more titles and ruin baseball. I love it. Absolutely. I don't know, Doug. 4 World Series from 95 to 65 is still the standard. That's true, and you got really close to even winning more. There's no doubt about that. But on this, they were kind of spread out, and one was in Brooklyn, one was the first year in LA. I'm not mad at that comp. I mean, I would certainly take that level of success. But in this modern age, if you can win 3 in a row, this organization never won back-to-back. I think that's kind of where I would be from that standpoint. I mean, it's certainly worth talking about, though. If you look at where this team's at in the history of their organization, they'll gladly take that. But I still think that if you win in the modern era, it's just going to hit harder. I mean, one, because we get to experience in real time, but the truth is that the Lakers are in a good spot, and they're that's part of the reason why I feel so good about the Lakers these days too, because now the Lakers are becoming the Dodgers in a lot of different ways, and they will be. It's not going to happen overnight, but the resources are certainly going to be there on the biggest level. So yeah, it is definitely going to be that way, and there's a lot of overlap there, so it's going to be really exciting. But all right, that's going to do it for this episode of the LA Sports Report. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. If you haven't yet, subscribe, guys. The show continues to grow. We're getting hundreds of subscribers every day, getting to the thousands now. So, yeah, it's really exciting stuff. Lakers fans, you're going to get Lakers content every single day. We're going to do some Rams, Chargers interviews, USC, Iowa this weekend. So, yeah, all things LA sports, Dodgers. Let me ask you, should we do an Angels topic, or we don't claim that, right? I mean, let me know. Like, if you guys want me to talk Angels, I can talk Angels. Trade me Mike Trout. Trade me Mike Trout. But that's going to do it, guys. See you later for Dodgers Dugout Live. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Hit that like button. Follow me at DMac_LA. And remember that LA is the city of champions.
LA is the sports capital of the world. The Lakers have entered their Luka Doncic era. LeBron doesn't just want a farewell tour, he wants a farewell title. The Rams are going to win the Super Bowl. Go, Kings, go! The Dodgers are the best run franchise in all of professional sports. Shohei Ohtani is the GOAT. Steve Ballmer will do anything to get the Clippers a championship. Mick Cronin has to win a national championship at UCLA. Justin Herbert is a top 5 quarterback in this league. College football is just better when USC is good.